And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of eXp Realty. Some things might drive you crazy, some things you might not even know, but I'm going to get right into it right now. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your host, Jesse Dau with the Cloud-Based Real Estate Brokerage, and I interview top real estate agents, team leads, and broker owners about why they strategically partnered with eXp Realty. And if you want to know more, start now by subscribing to my channel and tapping that little bell so you are notified each and every time I drop a new video. And honestly, I get so many calls and reach outs every single day about people wanting to know more about eXp. So if you want to know, you've got to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or even send that pigeon carrier. However you want to get a hold of me, I got your back when making a move to eXp Realty. The first thing I'm going to talk about is recruiting. And let me tell you how annoying this was. In the year leading into me joining eXp, I was getting text message, Facebook message, Instagram message, LinkedIn message, email, phone calls. It didn't matter. I was getting calls and contacts from every single angle. And it really just pissed me off and left me with this negative taste in my mouth because every single one of those people always led with the same thing. Do you know if you join eXp, you can create this passive income that's going to let you retire and get out of production? And I just like, look, that to me sounds like a scam. And I don't want to do business that way. I want to be able to build a very valuable business that I can share with lots of people. And I also want to be surrounded by great people that are going to help take me to the next level. You know, so when I went through the process of joining eXp, I really looked into who could add the most value to my business. And to be honest with you, I met with a lot of different people, and you know, a lot of people told me they could do things, but they never came through on what they said they were going to do. And a couple of people did, and those are the people that I wanted to line myself up with. So in my network, I have people like Frank Driscoll, Jay Kinder, Chuck Fazio, and Curtis Johnson. You know, those people are really well respected in the real estate industry. They've all grown massive teams and huge social community groups. And really what it's done to me is it's really opened up the floodgates. You know, so I would say cover all your bases, really do your due diligence, and pick and choose specifically who you're going to line yourself with, because once you join eXp, you do not get a chance to change your sponsor. However, it doesn't matter who you line yourself with, you're still going to get the same splits, you're still going to get the same benefits, you're still going to get the stock share, the revenue share, all that stuff. eXp offers the same thing to every agent in every single city in America. But to add to that, I will say that sometimes people do talk to different agents, and some agents actually lay claims to other agents, you know? So, you know, don't ever feel pressured or guilty into bettering your own life. At the end of the day, you're the one that gets to go home and look at yourself in the mirror and face your family. And if you find a better opportunity that comes along, then you just need to have that conversation with the person that you've been talking to and just say, hey, look, I found someone else that that's a better fit for my business and my life and my personal well-being. So I decided to go this route, and they should really respect that and you for making that decision. Because at the end of the day, if they did have your best interest in mind, they would be happy for you. Con number 2, I'm going to talk about the splits, the cap. It's an 80-20 cap, $16,000. Once you hit that cap, you go into a $250 fee per transaction until you cap out at an additional $5,000. So essentially, you're going to end up paying $21,000 in cap and fees to eXp. And here's the caveat to that. Say you do hit that $16,000 and then pay the additional $250 fees, you are then eligible for what they call icon status. And what icon status is that if you apply for that and they accept you, you get $8,000 back in eXp stock instantly. And then they give you the opportunity to earn an additional $8,000 in stocks back through the culture programs. So say you're an eXp mentor or you attend a eXp summit event, you know, there's a couple of things that you can do to earn that additional money back, which I think is fantastic. So at the end of the day, your cap is basically being exchanged into eXp stock options. So my third con is that eXp actually doesn't have a brick and mortar office. I know a lot of people love their water cooler chat. A lot of people love that high five and camaraderie and all that stuff. I will say that a lot of people love that camaraderie and that great collaboration, and I totally understand it. At eXp, there's a lot of different brokerages and brokers that have offices as well. You know, a lot of agencies, whether it's Keller Williams, Remax, Century 21, the list goes on, of people that have to pay a cap and a desk fee and a franchise fee So if you did want to get your own office, you'd be more than welcome to do so. You just got to pay for it out of your own pocket or partner with the lender. eXp does have the opportunity that when you join, you can submit an application to become part of the Regis program, which allows you to use any Regis in the world at no cost. There's over 3,000 Regises in the United States. So if you do need to use an office, there's plenty of opportunities and options. The biggest complaint that I hear from agents about not having an office in general is that there's no printer. I can't believe this is a freaking issue in 2020. You know, I've never, ever in my life had an office that I actually went to. Even before the real estate industry, I've always worked from home and I've always owned a printer. So now I'm gonna jump into the pros. If you like what I'm saying so far, give me a like. If you don't like what I'm saying, give me a thumbs down. Either way, I eat reviews for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you really have something to say, drop a comment down below because I love hearing what people have to say. But now I'm gonna talk about the pros. And number one thing that I absolutely love about eXp is the camaraderie. I've heard every single agent say that when they joined eXp, they could not believe how much of an open book this industry was in the business. And you always hear these people talking about how amazing it is. And you might be thinking to yourself, like I was, is like, man, these people must be drinking the Kool-Aid. Are these people just saying this because they want to make some revenue share? And I'll tell you what, if I didn't believe it, I would not be speaking on it. I'm a man of my word and I'm a man of truth. And if I don't believe in it, I do not post it. I do not speak on it. And the minute that we got here, we were greeted with open arms. And we had so many people reaching out to us, asking us what they could do to help us move our business forward. Who do we need to meet to help drive our YouTube business forward? You know, we're collaborating with people like Chuck Fazio. He owned the biggest independent real estate brokerage in the world. 900 agents, one location, 1.9 billion in production. People like Kyle Whistle, people like Curtis Johnson, Jay Kinder. We're in the Honey Badgers Nation. So these are all people in my direct network, which in our direct network with Brent Gove, we're going to do more business than Compass will do next year in units sold. That's freaking crazy. I think we're going to do like over 60,000 houses sold. So when I talk about even collaboration, I'm talking about people that aren't even in my network and people that I even know. You know, I've reached out to people like Brian Casella, Chasten Miles, Tina Hall, but the list goes on and on of people I've reached out to saying, hey, I really want to get the word out about eXp and have people share their stories because they're so similar. Would you mind jumping on a 20-minute interview with me and I'll share your story? You know, every single person has been receptive of that idea and has been more than agreeable to jump on a call with me for 20 minutes so we can share their story. You know, what you're thinking right now is what a lot of us thought. And I realize that everyone has that same common thread. You know, it took someone that we knew, like, or trusted to move to eXp to get us to move to eXp. And what I want to do is I want to be an open resource, a friend, a colleague of yours to help you answer those questions in case you're wondering what it's like. Because I will say that in the couple months that we've been here is it has absolutely changed our life. I'm not just saying that. I'm being 100% honest. And every other agent that I talk to, it's changed their life as well. You talk to someone like Chuck Fazio that had one of the biggest brokerages, 900 agents in one location, and in 18 months over at eXp, he's already got 1,900 agents in his network. I talked to someone like Kyle Whistle, got rid of his real estate brokerage to come to eXp with 25 agents, brought them all with them. Now he's got over 800 agents in his network. eXp is so scalable and is on such a trajectory of exceptional growth that I just feel bad if people aren't working with us because I know what the opportunities are. And when you have all these great minds in one room, you just can't help yourself but to be successful. And that's what I love about eXp. And as you notice, I've talked about a couple broker owners, you know, and talking about pro number 2, it's that eXp takes away all of that liability from the broker owner and takes it on themselves. So if you're a broker owner and you're watching this and you're tired of being sued, you're tired of going to court, you're tired of agents making bad decisions, guess what you got to do? You got to take away all of that responsibility, let eXp handle it, and let you do the things that you love doing. Whether that's selling houses, you know, developing agents, adding value back to your community, it doesn't matter what it is. I've talked to so many different agent owners that have came to eXp that said, oh my God, if I would have known that this was available years ago, I would have gotten over here so much sooner. I can't believe it took this much time for me to realize what a blessing it is. Another thing that's an eye-opening experience is hearing how a brokerage is actually valued. So if you think you're building up this brokerage, they just then sell it and retire, you have another thing coming. Unless you've gotten a valuation done, I would highly recommend doing and just seeing what the value is. Because a lot of these owners that I've spoken with have all been told the same thing, that the value is the production of the business, the broker's production subtracted out, because usually it's their brand and their business that's driving the company. So if you are a broker owner and you're wanting to set yourself up for success into your golden years, I would highly recommend looking at the eXp model, because if you do retire and you have a bunch of revenue share coming in, that continues following you as long as you keep your real estate license active. And even if you pass away, you can pass that revenue share along to your children. It's one of the only companies out there that actually sets their agents up for a successful retirement. You know, it doesn't matter what age of demographics I'm speaking to. I've talked to agents in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, and I'd say 90% of them have no plan to retire. They have no savings and they have no way to pay for retirement. And that's really, really sad to me. And I really wish that people cared more about this. The greatest thing about eXp, next to the camaraderie, is the fact that they give you a platform to build a retirement plan on. And my last pro, before I drop into the in-betweens, I could go either way, I'm gonna talk about branding. This is another huge thing that eXp allows. It allows you to use your personal branding as long as you're following the DBA rules and regulations. So for instance, I could be Real Agent Now Group, brokered by eXp Realty. You know, different states have different state laws, so you just need to check out what your local state laws are all about. Other than that, eXp has a wide open runway of the way they allow you to use their branding. And they have incredible marketing that really lets you take your business and brand building to the next level. Everything is plug and play. Everything gets approved fairly quickly. So if you want to build some custom stuff, you just submit it right to the compliance department. Bada bing, bada boom, you're up and running. You know, now I'm going to get into the in-betweens. These are ones that could either be a pro for you or a con for you. So the first thing, and like I mentioned before, the brick and mortar in between is going to be our cloud campus. Like, you know, some people do need that brick and mortar. I would say maybe 10% of the people at eXp say they miss that. 90% say that they absolutely love it. And I guarantee since COVID hit, a lot more people can now realize that they can work from home more than ever. So the thing I love about the cloud campus environment is that they have 50 hours of live training every single week. Since we had the eXp shareholders event last week, you know, there was about 150 hours last week. But these are live trainings conducted every single week. They have different groups for Canada, the United Kingdom, and America. Plus, they have the Excel series, which is different trainings for whatever the state of the industry is in. So with COVID-19, right now, a lot of those Excel classes are focused on COVID and how to build your business to sustain. And for new agents, they have the Fast Start Series program. That's 14 classes in 14 days. And you know, these are classes that are all at the disposal of your fingertips. You can just go right to the class, walk right in, have the class. You know, most brick and mortar traditional real estate office usually have one training per week. It's usually right at the end of their sales meeting. And if you're lucky, you get the title company to come, bring you some sandwiches, bring you some coffee, bring you some sodas, and they do it in the office. But here we get really big name speakers. We got Tony Robbins coach a month ago. We have people that write books, people that are inspirational speakers. We have all these different great live trainings taught by the industry leaders. You know, the top 1% agents from almost every company now works at eXp. We have the heaviest hitting real estate agents in the industry teaching these classes on how to make you successful. So my second in-betweener is going to be that eXp is publicly traded. And this can go either way because some people think, oh, eXp is publicly traded. They're probably going to sell. They're new. Things are uncertain. Well, eXp's been around for over a decade. Glenn Sanford used to run a huge successful team at Keller Williams, was in the real estate industry before. So he created eXp over a decade ago and he has scaled it up. The thing is they used to use Virbela, which was the Cloud Compass technology, and he saw a huge opportunity and ended up purchasing that. Now the company that's formed is called EXPI. They own eXp and they own Virbela. Glenn now runs Virbela because they've been scaling up in such massive ways because of COVID that we have different companies and colleges around the world buying the Virbela platform. So eXp is actually extremely scalable without any growing pains because it's all cloud-based. You know, we see people over here with 1,900 people, 10,000 people in their network, and guess what? They're not adding any more work to their day because everything is plug and play. Nothing's for certain. We never know what's going to happen from day to day. But I do know is why this opportunity is here. I am taking full advantage of it. You know, we currently added 10,000 agents in Q1 2020. A company like RE/MAX added 4 agents. And if you want to talk about production numbers, you know, we did $270 million in production, where a company like RE/MAX only did $70 million in production. We're only in a few countries right now, but we have a plan to open up 40 more countries over the next few years. And eXp's goal is to have over 1 million agents. So they definitely have a huge market share that they're going to capture. And as time prevails, we will see more and more agents consistently flow into eXp because it's a model that you cannot pass up. They're the only company out there that's changing with the time and is forward thinking and has everything available that actually works. And my last in between that kind of ties all this together is that eXp is a national brand and it does open up all the boundaries, and they will eventually be in all the countries that they want to do business in. The reason that this can be either a pro or a con is I personally love this because now I can do business with agents in Atlanta, New York City, Miami, Florida, and I'm not confined to the agents in my own little brokerage that's owned by one franchise owner. Before, I was really constricted. But the one thing I have realized is that by being in a national company that's owned by one owner and the stockholders like myself, is that I can collaborate with everyone and everyone is here to help. There are no secrets. We have people sharing their tips and tricks. And would all these other agents call me or talk to me personally from other companies? I highly doubt it. But guess what? Now that they're here, I talk to them all the time. So let's talk about some of the known people that are over at eXp now. We got people like Ricky Caruth, Chasten Miles, Brian Casella, Kenny Agent Fast Trung, Kyle Whistle, Chuck Fazio, Brent Gove, Jake Hinder, Tina Call, that's just the list, 9 people. The list goes on and on and on, and it's getting bigger and bigger with so many more celebrity real estate agents, top producing real estate agents, because what eXp has done is it's set up the agents and the broker owners and the team leaders for 100% success. I see a lot of videos out there of people talking about the pros and the cons of eXp that don't work here. And let me tell you, a lot of it is not accurate at all. When you're in eXp and you're talking to agents from every real estate agency from around the world, whether it's Keller, Remax, Century 21, Compass, and they all come to eXp and they can tell you what the differences are, those are the people I'd be listening to. I would never take the advice from someone that doesn't work at eXp or someone that's been asked to leave eXp. Because for some reason or another, they had a bad taste in their mouth when they left. Now it's on their personal agenda to make sure no one else goes there. And if you want to get more information about eXp, then you can start now by subscribing to my channel and tapping that little bell so you're notified each and every single time I drop a new video. And I am an open book, and I just want to be honest and open with you. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, send me an email, send me a text, or even send that pigeon carrier. However you want to get a hold of me, I got your back when making a move to eXp Realty. And until next time, I'll check you later.